My name is Anna. I am 17 years old. I live in Europe, a place that many people around the world see as heaven. From the outside, Europe looks like a dream. People in my country and even in faraway lands imagine that life here is perfect. They imagine girls wearing beautiful clothes, living in beautiful houses, and enjoying complete freedom. They imagine that we are respected, loved, and safe. But let me tell you the truth. The truth is very different from the dream. The truth is not golden. The truth is dark. Behind the shining streets and colorful lights, there is pain. Behind the smiles of many girls, there are tears. Behind the so-called freedom, there is loneliness. And I am here to share that truth with you. Part 2. Childhood Dreams versus Harsh Reality. When I was a child, I had small dreams. I wanted to become a teacher, to help children learn and grow. I imagined myself standing in a classroom, writing on the board, and smiling at my students. I also dreamed of love. I wanted to find someone who would hold my hand and say, "Anna, I will always be with you." I imagined walking in the park with him, laughing together, and one day wearing a white wedding dress. But as I grew older, I began to see things differently. I noticed how people treated girls around me. I noticed how respect was missing. At first, I thought maybe I was imagining it. Maybe I was wrong. But with each passing year, the truth became louder. Part 3. The Dark Side of Freedom. In Europe, people talk about freedom all the time. Freedom of choice, freedom of life, freedom of love. It sounds beautiful, doesn't it? But freedom without respect is dangerous. Many men here believe freedom means they can do whatever they want with girls. They don't want commitment. They don't want responsibility. They don't want marriage. They just want to use girls for a short time and then move on. And society accepts this. No one questions it. No one protects us. Sometimes I wonder, is this really freedom? Or is it another form of prison? Part 4. My first painful experience. I was 16 when I first felt the dark side of being a girl here. I was walking home from school one evening. The streets were full of people. Suddenly, I felt eyes on me. Heavy, hungry eyes. 2 men stood at the corner. They looked at me as if I was not a human being, but an object. One of them whispered something to the other, and they laughed. Their eyes did not leave my body. In that moment, I felt small. I felt powerless. I hurried home, but that feeling stayed with me for days. It was the first time I realized that here, girls are not always seen as daughters, sisters, or future wives. Many see us only as bodies. Part 5. The Conversation That Broke Me. A year later, when I turned 17, I had a conversation that changed me forever. I was talking to a man who was a few years older than me. I told him that one day I hoped to get married, have a family, and build a peaceful life. He looked at me, then laughed. "Marriage?" he said. "Anna, don't waste your time thinking about marriage here. Girls in Europe are not for marriage. They are for fun." That sentence cut my heart like a knife. I went home, sat in my room, and cried. Was that my future? To be used for fun, but never loved? Part 6. The World of My Friends. I am not the only one who feels this way. Many of my friends live in the same reality. Sophia, just 18, works in a club. Every night men come, smile at her, touch her, and use her. She wears makeup and a bright dress, but her soul is heavy. Once she told me, "Anna, every man wants my body. No one wants my heart." Elena, who dreamed of being a nurse, tried to get a good job in a hospital. Her boss told her, "If you want a promotion, spend the night with me." She refused. The next week, she was fired. Her dream was destroyed because she chose dignity over exploitation. Maria, only 19, has been with many men already, not because she wanted to, but because she had no other way to survive. Now she says, "I don't believe in love anymore. Love is a fairy tale, Anna. It doesn't exist here. These are not just stories. These are lives. Lives of girls who wanted respect, but were given nothing but use." Part 7. Used, not loved. The dark truth is simple. Here, girls are not seen as partners. They are seen as products. Here, girls are not valued for their dreams. They are valued for their looks. Here, girls are not protected. They are consumed. We are like flowers, beautiful when fresh, but thrown away when we fade. We are like candles, burning to give light, but slowly dying inside. This is the reality that nobody talks about. Part 8. Nights of emptiness. What hurts the most is not the work, not the disrespect, but the emptiness. Imagine giving your heart to someone, only for them to disappear the next day. Imagine being surrounded by people, but feeling completely alone. Imagine lying in bed at night, your body tired, your mind heavy, and your pillow wet with tears. That is the life of many girls here. We give everything, our time, our energy, our emotions, but in return, we receive nothing but emptiness. Part 9. The disappearing concept of marriage. In many cultures, marriage is sacred. It is a bond of love and responsibility. But here, marriage is slowly disappearing. Men don't want to commit. They don't want to build families. They only want temporary relationships. "Why get married," they say, "when I can enjoy without responsibility?" Girls wait for love. They wait for commitment. But love never comes. Commitment never comes. They are left standing alone. The white wedding dress stays a dream, hanging in the corner of their hearts, untouched. Part 10. Society's silence. You may wonder, where is society? Why doesn't anyone protect the girls? The answer is simple. Society is silent. When girls suffer, people say, "It's her choice." When men use girls, people say, "It's normal here." When marriage disappears, people say, "It's freedom." But freedom without responsibility destroys lives, and silence only makes the pain heavier. Part 11. My inner struggle. Sometimes I look at myself in the mirror and ask, "Anna, who are you? Are you a human being with dreams, or are you just an object in this society?" I want to believe I am strong. I want to believe I am more than what they think. But some nights, the voices of society are louder than my own heart. I cry. I feel empty. I wonder if anyone will ever truly love me. Not my body, but my soul. Part 12. Why I am sharing this. So why am I telling you this story? Because the world needs to know. People in other countries think European girls have perfect lives. They look at the fashion, the freedom, the modern cities, and they believe we live like queens. But behind that shine, there is suffering. I want the world to understand. Respect is more important than freedom. Love is more important than pleasure. Family is more important than temporary fun. Part 13. My message to the world. To the men of Europe I say, please open your hearts. Love us, don't use us. Respect us, don't break us. To the girls of Europe I say, do not lose hope. Even if society ignores us, we must remember our worth. We are not objects. We are not toys. We are human beings with dignity. And to the people outside Europe, I say, don't believe the dream you see on TV. The truth is different. The truth is dark. Part 14. My hope. Even in this darkness, I still keep a small hope in my heart. I hope that one day things will change. I hope that one day men will understand that respect is more powerful than desire. I hope that one day girls like me will not cry alone at night. Until then, I will keep speaking. I will keep telling the truth. Because silence is dangerous. And maybe, just maybe, my voice can bring light to this darkness. This is my story. The story of Anna. The story of the dark truth of European girls. A truth of disrespect, of emptiness, of pain. But also a truth of hope. Because no matter how much the world uses us, we are still human. We still dream. We still believe. And one day, the world will hear our voices. Thanks for watching to Pro English Stories.